Okay, so this question's giving you a picture involving some parallel lines seen by the arrows on the line AB and CD, and it's asking you to find the angle X, and we have to think about, well, what do we know about parallel lines and angles? Well, we should remember there is the idea that when you have what looks like an F that's trapping two angles between the two parallel lines here, then we have corresponding angles which are equal. So corresponding angles are equal. We also could have parallel lines trapping two angles in this way. So you can see a kind of a Z picture, and top and bottom is parallel, and these two are equal, these two angles here, and they're called alternate angles. Or we could sometimes see the two parallel lines and a line crossing them that creates what looks like a letter C, and that is co-interior angles. And co-interior angles add to 180 degrees. So when we see parallel lines and angles, then we tend to be thinking about these three theories. Somewhere along the line might be used. So we could look for a Z. So if we followed, for example, this angle here, look, there's a backward Z. So that would tell me that that's 113 degrees. We could also see here that we could follow this parallel line down to this parallel line, and we then trap these two angles here, and this would be 113 degrees. So this one we'd put down that its corresponding angles are equal. So corresponding angles are equal. Now remember, you are allowed to write around pictures in exams, so therefore you could put an arrow there and just write down the reason rather than putting it down in the working out space at the bottom. We could also see that these two from the backward Z picture, so we could have put here that this is a alternate angle. So we could say alternate angles are equal. And because we've got this now, we know that we can get X from lots of different ways. The simplest way would be to recognise that these two angles here are on a straight line. So we're literally going to say then that angle X equals 180 degrees minus 113 degrees, so 67 degrees. And the reason we would give is angles on a straight line add to 180 degrees. Now we could say here angles that meet at a point on a straight line. That would be the more formal way of saying it, because they both meet at a point on a straight line, add up to 180 degrees. But we've got to remember that when we've got starred questions, then it's asking us to explain how we're getting our answers. So our final answer then would be that X equals 67 degrees. So that's a run through of angles in parallel lines, and a example of a typical exam question using these theories, these rules.